Welcome back, Power Comics fans. Today we are again at Stately Huff Manor in front of the Daryl Young Wall. We're powering up today with a promotion of another comic book creator and comic book publisher, Astonishing Comics from Andy Smith, specifically Kor Drath. I want to talk to you about this, and I'm going to be talking to you about this more in a second, but I want to point out I've been friends with Andy for a number of years now, probably 5 or 6 years. I met him at a Wizard World in Chicago a number of years ago. We became fast friends, and I've always been a big admirer, especially of not only of Andy's art, but specifically his inking skills. I think he is probably one of the best inkers alive today. And I'm not just saying that because he's my friend, I'm saying that because that's the truth. I have asked him on a number of occasions to participate or contribute to the Masters or some other things to see if he's available. And unfortunately, he's so busy putting out amazing stuff like this Kor Drath comic, graphic novel, I should say, that he just doesn't have time. And I totally appreciate that, because as long as he keeps coming out with stuff like this, I'll be okay with that. But I want to point out something. I originally reached out to Andy to do a commission for me of sorts. See, back in the day, back in the middle 70s, there was this fanzine, I guess you would call it, called The Amazing World of DC Comics. I know a lot of you are familiar with this. They didn't make too many issues of this, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure it was a fanzine. One of the things about this cover that struck me was all of my favorite superheroes and all of my favorite villains of theirs on the same cover. And this was drawn by one of my favorite artists. I think he is synonymous. His name is synonymous with the Justice League, and that's Dick Dillon. Dick left us way too soon. I believe he died in his early 50s, which I believe I'm actually older than he was when he passed, which is hard to wrap my head around. I even liked Dick's work so much that I made Dick a character in the Masters. Dick Dillon is the police, the head of detectives in the police department in Las Presas, California, where the story takes place with the Black Owl and the Masters villains. So this has always been a favorite cover of mine, but I never understood why it was never fully inked or properly colored. So what I did was I reached out to Andy and said, hey, listen, I would like to get you a high resolution of this image, and I'd like you to ink it for me. I'd like you to finish what Dick Dillon started 40 years ago, 50 years ago, middle 70s, something like that. I think it might have been 78. I'll take this out and look at it just to make sure. But if you're familiar with this cover, you probably know what I'm thinking. I remember seeing this available when I was a kid, and I never could understand why it was an unfinished piece of work on the cover of this book. Maybe because it was a fanzine and they didn't have the rights to be able to get it all done. I'm not 100% sure. Wow, this was actually 1976. So man, this is close to 50 years old. I mean, this is unbelievable. Amazing stuff from Dick Dillon. So I asked Andy, hey man, can you finish this for me? I sent him a high-res scan of this. Whew, and this is the original art. Now, he did this for me for 4 years ago. I don't think I've made this public. I definitely know I haven't done a video on this, but you need to take a look at this. This is absolutely amazing. This is the original inked version by Andy. I hope you can see that all really clearly. And here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this up next to it, and then you guys can really see what he did. That is some amazing work. And I'm doing this because I want you to know that I've known Andy for some time now, probably 5 or 6 years. I consider him a friend. I've been on his YouTube channel promoting the Masters, probably Super Joe Unlimited as well. But the other day, I supported his Kickstarter, his Indiegogo, excuse me, it was on Indiegogo. And I received this in the mail, and I opened this up, and I was absolutely blown away by this. This has to be the best packaged comic book, trade paperback, graphic novel I have ever received from an indie publisher. This looks like any of the DC or Marvel collected works, graphic novels that I purchased from comic book stores or through the mail in the past 20 years. This is absolutely fantastic. The colors, the art. I mean, take a look at that cover. That's obviously a tribute to an old Conan cover. But take a look inside here. Story and art by Andy Smith, story and script by Dennis Turner, color art, I hope I pronounce this correctly, Nanjan Jambiri. I believe he is from somewhere in Asia, if I'm not mistaken. I'd have to look that up. Lettering by Steve Dutrow. It's absolutely fantastic. I wanna find a couple of pages that I think are absolutely spectacular. Some of these are a little graphic, so parental discretion is advised, because this is a warrior type of book. It is called Kor Drath, The Reckoning, and he is a Kamandi or Conan the Barbarian, Tarzan type of a character. But I mean, the colors in this book, they absolutely pop. Can you see that? The pages, it feels like I just grabbed this off of a comic book store shelf, like at my local comic book store, Graham Crackers Comics here in Chicago. The pages are amazing. Look at this splash page. Look at this double splash page, if you can see that. I hope you can see that well. But this is amazing. Rarely do I get something in the mail that I'm so blown away by. This page, the purples and blues are absolutely gorgeous. If you can't see it quite well in the video, boy, I recommend go to Indiegogo and find this and buy it. You will not be disappointed. It's amazing. I haven't even had a chance to read this yet in full because I'm so mesmerized by the colors and the art, the expressions on their faces, the anger, the discomfort. I mean, it's just absolutely fantastic, folks. I cannot say enough about this. I have been picking up Andy's stuff for, again, a number of years now, picking his stuff up off of Indiegogo, or if I miss it, I reach out to him and say, hey, can you get me this, that, or the other thing? And he's real quick on sending me stuff. I wish I could be better at getting things done and shipping like he is. Just amazing stuff. Once you get this in your hand, I'm telling you, it's going to be like, wow, I may have waited a year for this, but it was worth it. It was worth it. It pays to be patient and to support your independent comic book creators, folks. It really does. I absolutely love Kor Drath, The Reckoning. I absolutely love the work that Andy Smith is doing. I cannot support this or recommend this or what Andy's doing anymore. So find a way to get a copy of this. I know Andy Smith has a YouTube site. He is on Indiegogo. Just search Andy Smith, Kor Drath, just like the cover, and get yourselves a copy. I'm telling you, I rarely say this about other artists and creators, but with Andy Smith, you better power up.